Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here. And today I have for you In Defense of Jason Goes to Hell.
Horror has many faces, but pure evil wears only one. And this is your final chance to see it. Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday.
Jason Goes to Hell has always been one of my favorite Friday the 13th films. I know a lot of people do not like this film. It's definitely not on their top 10 list of Friday the 13th films when they go over them. But I've always had a fondness for it, and I've always liked it, and I've always felt it's gotten a bad rap. But before I get into why, I'm going to defend it and in defense of it and everything, as in the making of this video, it is Friday the 13th, June 13th, which just so happens to be the release date of the original Friday the 13th, where it all started, Mrs. Voorhees, and it just also happens to be Jason's birthday, because today is his birthday, and his name was Jason. And I said that backwards. But anyways, I thought I'd show off the old school VHS here before I get into Jason Goes to Hell. I have all the original 8 on VHS. Great movies. This started all-time classic. I know a lot of people are going to talk to you guys about this one on this date, Friday the 13th, June 13th, same release date, 1980, same day of Jason's birth. But I'm going to talk to you guys about this one because I have the brand new 4K from Arrow, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And as always here on the channel, before we also, if you don't want to go 4K, that's okay. If you prefer your VHS of all of them, if you prefer your DVD, your Blu-ray, your Shout Factory Blu-ray with the big box set, which I also have, that's fine. Collect however you want to collect, but I'm going to go over the little bit of the 4K and in defense of the film. So from the moment I saw this film, there was something I just absolutely enjoyed about it from the opening scene, because I always thought the opening scene set it off just right? I mean, I know a lot of people are upset with what happens to Jason in the opening scene, but it's so many like the girl showing up to Crystal Lake and going into the cabin, and it's not up until the point where she actually drops her clothes and it shows her, her boobs, and she gets ready to get in the tub. Boom, Jason shows up. That's very classic Jason, Friday the 13th, right? And then Jason chases her into the woods and he gets blown up. And then from there, the movie goes into a completely different direction than most Friday the 13th films go into. And there's a great line from one of my all-time favorites, Joe Bob Briggs, who said, those people, the people that made the Friday the 13th movies, made the same movie 8 times. You gotta love it. And yes, they did make the there's a lot of differences that's still in between for those 8 films, but they follow a certain path. They follow Jason and everything. This one, Adam Marcus was the director, which I actually know and I've talked to here on the channel. He was swinging for the fences in this, and I applaud that. Trying to do something a little different, and he was up against so much with Sean Cunningham. So many people blame Adam for the faults they see in this movie, but Sean Cunningham was the boss. He didn't like Jason. He didn't like the mask. He told Adam, get the mask out of the movie, get the machete out of the movie. And Adam was doing his best to try to keep. Like when you see Jason walk by, because he possesses the body, and when you see him walk by and you see in the mirror that Jason sees Jason's reflection, that was Adam trying to keep the mask and Jason in the movie.
Yeah, and he does keep appearing in all the reflective objects, which was my idea, to keep the mask in the movie somewhere.
Oh, Jesus. This movie does, it expands the mythology of the film and everything, which I thought was pretty cool. No, I've not always necessarily been a fan that Jason has a sister. Spoilers alert for anybody out there. He has a sister, but she's played great by Erin Gray in this, from Buck Rogers and Silver Spoons. And then, we have this weird scene after Jason gets blooded at the beginning where the guy eats Jason's heart and everything. And it's like this phallic thing going from person to person. And through a Voorhees, only may a Voorhees be reborn. And, when I first saw this poster, by the way, I wanted to show this before I get to further. When we first all saw this poster, we were all pretty stoked. It's a badass poster, right? The silver mask, the snake, you're wondering what the heck's going on in the fire, right? But as the movie progresses and everything, I often felt like it felt sort of like a Universal Monster Hammer horror type movie, which I've always been a fan of that growing up. I love the Universal monsters, classic monsters like the Voorhees house kind of feels like Dracula's castle and everything where they go. And then you also get the Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon from Evil Dead, which was given to Adam Marcus by Sam Raimi on the set of Army of Darkness. You know, Adam told me that himself. And the knife that was used supposed to kill Jason also, it was supposed to be sort of like the Evil Dead thing. So it sort of sets Jason into this Evil Dead world and it expands on it. And I really like that. I really liked it. And I really liked a lot of the characters in this. A lot of characters were really fleshed out in this. You know, Steven, the hero, the guy hero of the film, was really great. You know, the Diner family, the one guy, Leslie, may he rest in peace, is great in this movie. You know, the little guy and his big wife and his big son and stuff. It's great characters in this movie, and just like the weirdness of the body swapping. You know, I was like, what is going on here? This is what, but it always entertained me and I always liked it. And you know, it did have some great boobage in it as well. You can't fault the boobage. But you know, I really always had a fondness for this movie, and I always thought it was looked down upon and snubbed upon a little more than it should have been. Is it everything that a Friday the 13th fan would want? No, you know, but that's what also one of the reasons why I'm drawn to it, because it's so different. It's swinging for the fences. It's Adam was trying something. You know, was a 26-year-old guy, and he was just doing his best up against Sean Cunningham and stuff, and just trying to make this movie. And I mean, for his first film, this movie comes out really great. It's beautifully shot. It's very cinematic. It's very, very appealing. It does have rewatchability, and you know, it's just something different within the world of Jason, and I really enjoyed that. I just did, and like I said, it's there's something about this movie. In defense of it, I think it deserves another look, another rewatch. I mean, come on, guys! In today's day and age, with all the movies we get out there in today's day and age, where so many people complain about new movies, give something like this a retry, right? I mean, because it's not really as bad as you think it is. I've seen worse Friday the 13th films. Part five, looking at you. Uh, but you know, I've always liked it, and you know, like talking with Tom from Midnight's Edge, we really liked the design of Jason in the beginning, because like with the mask has, it's like almost fused to Jason's face, and I love that. And you know, there's so much talk of like, oh, Jason's not in the movie, they want it out. I love the fact that the design they gave him was one of the coolest designs of Jason, and yeah, I wish we could have seen more of it in it, but I mean, we still had Kane Hodder come back. It was still had some really cool kills in it. It's got a great rewatchability. It feels like it was setting up a new monster cinematic universe to me. That's what it really felt like. I mean, let's get to the big scene. If you don't know, spoilers for the big ending here. I mean, when the hand pops out, Freddy's hand pops up out of the ground and takes Jason's mask and pulls it under, that is like a crowd cheering moment. I was so pumped when I saw it, because I'm a huge Freddy Krueger fan, a Nightmare on Elm Street fan. He's my all time favorite. So seeing that and hearing the laugh was just absolutely bonkers insane. And of course, we had to wait a long time in between to get Freddy versus Jason years later. But that just like that seals the movie for me. Like, it's a nice little button on this movie. Do I think they should have called it the final Friday after bringing Jason back after New Line Cinema got it and everything? Probably not. Like, I mean, I'm looking forward to Adam's documentary, Hearts of Darkness, the story behind the making of Jason Goes to Hell, which I'm looking forward to see and hearing all the tales about that. Because from what I've heard from him, there's going to be some revelations in that he himself didn't even realize was going on. Because like with the Voorhees name being misspelled on the mailbox and stuff. Because like I said, you can look for faults in this movie all you want, and I understand if you don't like it. I get it. But in defense of this movie, I personally have always liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it had great characters. It's got great kills. It's trying something new. It's something fresh. It's got rewatchability, and it's got Creighton Duke, which I can't even believe I haven't mentioned Creighton Duke. Creighton Duke is one of the all-time greatest characters in the Friday the 13th universe. He's just this badass guy. He comes in, he, you know, even like when he sees Jason get blown up, he's like, no, I don't think so. You know, he knows Jason ain't dead, and we all knew Jason was going to come back in the movie anyway. So it's like we knew it. He knew it, and he knew how to take him out. And I thought it was a nice little addition to the movies and everything. Once again, like my all time favorite Friday the 13th movie is Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. That's my favorite movie. I love all the Friday the 13th movies. I think they're all great. You know, some of them I don't think are as good as others. You know, I'm not a huge fan of Part 5. I think Jason X is a fun movie to watch, but not as good as Jason Goes to Hell. I think Jason Goes to Hell is great, and if you want to get this 4K, I do recommend this 4K. It looks beautiful. It contains both the theatrical cut and the unrated cut, both on 4K disc. Like I said, slew of new special features and everything. You get this new artwork, you get that, and it's really great. But let me know what you guys thought about this in the comment section down below. Do you guys like Jason Goes to Hell? You know, don't be afraid to admit that you do. I know so many people are afraid to admit that they like Jason Goes to Hell. Don't be afraid. Let me know that in the comment section down below. And if you liked what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing, hitting that bell for notification. That'd be awesome if you're in your guys' subscriptions, or possibly share the video out for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member, because that would help out my channel immensely. Thank you, and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all of your support. And to everybody watching, whether you liked me, hated me, or liked this video, or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Wherever you all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media, because it really truly is the superior format now more than ever. Godspeed.